Namaste, I'm the Queen of Cups, Montreal. This reading features the Light Seer's Tarot and the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. We will explore the Virgo qualities of wisdom, perception, and trust, which seems to be a little difficult to come by. At this point, I invite you to pick the deck or crystal which resonates strongest for you. In the video description, you will find my Linktree URL connecting you to links for my tarot reading and spiritual services, my Etsy store for healing crystals, and my social media. You will also find timestamps for your chosen reading, which you can use to navigate the video. Thank you for joining me. Please like and share. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications for future readings. As always, love all and harm none. This includes yourself. Namaste, Amazonite group. Thank you so much for joining me. As I mentioned in the introduction, this is your Virgo season reading, and we're just going to explore the areas of grounding and boundaries, release, goal setting, especially given that during Virgo season, we are really supported in manifesting our goals, particularly goals around the home and the hearth. So let's take a look here. Let's begin. Position number 1 is the major theme of the zodiac season, of the Virgo season for the Amazonite group. Here we have the Moon card, so I do feel like it's going to be a very intuitive energy that's coming through. I feel like with the grounding energy of the Sun, you'll be able to really go deeper into areas of emotional release, grounding yourself in the present to really be open to intuitive messages. I feel like it could be a deeply emotional Virgo season, but emotions aren't a bad thing, especially when we're supported by the earth. And I do feel like there's going to be a lot of reflecting that you do or that you get done. So it's definitely a time to perhaps think and process before we move back into Libra season of transformation and the Venusian energy of growth and growth and prosperity. Position number 2 is what areas could really benefit from you learning to trust and surrender. So given the intuitive emotional energy of the Moon card, yeah, isn't it interesting? I was just talking about transformative energy, and so here we have the Death card, the Death/Rebirth card, and I do feel like it's about trusting whatever transformations are happening. I feel like they're happening on a very emotional and spiritual level, but they could be manifesting in the physical, these transformations and these transitions that you're about to undergo this Virgo season. So definitely ground yourself, find stability so that even among the winds and the storms, like a tree, you will be firmly grounded, so that you'll be able to process all the changes, releasing, letting go, receiving. Where can you benefit from better boundaries? I mean, we could all benefit from healthier boundaries. Boundaries make for better friends and neighbors. Well, boundaries make for better friends as fences do for neighbors. So I feel like there's an area here. We have the 9 of Pentacles. So could it be that you're not feeling like you have strong boundaries, maybe with yourself on the financial element? It could be that you don't have boundaries with yourself in terms of finishing a job or bringing things to completion. Or it could be that you are not having boundaries with yourself in terms of making room for growth so that you can complete this level of healing and growth and processing. So I definitely feel like there's an issue of growth, of fulfillment, and I feel like you need to create a space for that, a space for you, a space to manifest yourself as you are truly meant to be and realize yourself into the world, self-actualizing in the way you're supposed to be. What should you make a priority this Virgo season? Yeah. Happiness, growth, vitality. I do feel like there's this energy of vitality, being reborn, and I feel like you should make this a priority. Make yourself a priority. Happiness, hope, health, Really make that a priority for yourself. So here we have the major theme is definitely one of intuition, emotion, and exploration. Why don't we clarify today? Usually I like to keep them short and sweet, but we'll draw some clarifier cards here. Yeah, Knight of Swords. I feel like you're walking away from something, or you're needing to walk away from something, and that's what's leading to the major changes within. I feel like you're either walking to something or away from something, but to walk to something new, essentially you would have to walk away from something old. And I feel like that's where the energy of surrender and trust. You're going through transitions, you're going through changes, surrender to this process. In terms of where you can benefit from better boundaries, yeah, I feel like this is an issue of making space for yourself to grow and self-actualize. So we have the Ace of Cups. It could be in a relationship, but even in your relationship to yourself, you need to make space for yourself to grow. And then what should you make a priority? I feel like the Sun card is pretty transparent with this play here. I feel like what you should make a priority is yourself. Maybe getting yourself unstuck, getting yourself moving, getting your growth completed, represented by the Nine of Pentacles. So to summarize, I feel that this Virgo season, Amazonite group, you're going to be leaving something behind and at the same time walking towards something new. It's definitely a transitional season for you. I feel like surrender and trust to this process of change. Make boundaries to allow for your emotional space, to allow for your transformation, to allow for your growth. Anybody that's not honoring that or supporting that needs to be kicked to the curb. Pardon the 90s reference. And finally, what should you make a priority? Getting yourself moving again in terms of progressing again, in terms of healing, manifesting, goal attainment. Really make yourself, your happiness, and your growth a priority. Next thing we're going to do is give you a message from Gaia. I thought it was fitting as Virgo is governed by the earth. So I just wanted to give you a message, I say from Gaia, but really from Spirit, to help guide this transition you're going through this Virgo season. Okay, this is the Homeward card. It's take yourself on a date. And I feel like this plays into this perfectly. And what the Spirit is saying is honor yourself, spend time with yourself, hit the reset button, focus on your growth and your happiness and your needs this Virgo season. Give what doesn't serve you up to Mother Earth, and draw what you need up from Mother Earth. Crystals. I feel like you need to block the negative peoples. I think you need to block people's negativity. I think that you need to block low vibrational people or people that distract you. And I feel like you can do that with a dark stone like obsidian, black tourmaline. So I do feel like you need to do that. And also, governed by Earth, I think that can help you really resonate with the Virgo energies. You might want a little bit, Tiger's Eye I think will give you everything you need. Because with the Tiger's Eye, you have the solar plexus energy of confidence and self-worth and honoring the self, but you also have the energy of grounding and rootedness and stability. So Tiger's Eye it is for you guys. You guys, with every reading, I send a little love and light and namaste energy. I slurred there a bit, but I swear I'm sober. I sincerely hope you received it today. There, I give it to you. I look forward to seeing you next week for the full moon reading. And check me out on the 4 majors of social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Clubhouse. Those are the 4 majors today. And I sincerely look forward to seeing you anywhere on those. And please join me on a live sometime. I do free readings just for you to get a feel for my reading style and for me to introduce myself to you formally. But it's not a formal session. Also, during the lives, we tend to have very soulful and readings and chats. So do join us for that. You guys, I hope you have an awesome week and an awesomer Virgo season. Namaste. Namaste, Lapis group. Thank you so much for joining me. As I mentioned in the introduction, this is your reading for Virgo season. I know it's a bit early, but that way you can catch it all Virgo season long. You can know what to predict. You can check back in and see if everything is going according to plan. You can use it all season long. All right. So first we're going to explore the major theme of Virgo season. And then we're going to dive into more secondary and tertiary themes that you might encounter or that Virgo represents. All right, the major theme, Two of Cups. It has to do with alignment, harmony. For some of you, it will have to do with relationships, and it will have to do with your unity with people you love, lovers, friends, family members. There's definitely a relational component. And I was mentioning in the last group, Virgo is very, like, as an earth sign, it's very much about the earth, manifestation, prosperity, good stuff, but it also, I find, has a lot to do with the home and hearth. I feel like it brings the energy of that earth, but it focuses it more inward. And I do feel like that's representative of the seasons, because as we go from like August, September, as opposed to April, May, we're going outside. August, September, we're starting to focus on when we'll go inside. I mean, if you live in somewhere like Hawaii, you never have to go inside. But in Canada, it's a bit different. All right, what areas can you benefit from a little bit more trust and just letting it go, letting whatever happens, flowing with the energy? That's so hard to do sometimes, especially I find during an earth energy, because we want to manifest. But I do feel like with Gaia supporting us and lifting us up, it's a great time to surrender and have her support us. Here we have Nine of Cups, so there's definitely a spirit of emotional completion or fulfillment. Let whatever good vibes are coming from this relational alignment happen. Let them flow free. Share your gifts of spirit. Here, a little treasure box here. Share your gifts of spirit. Share your heart. Share your beauty and your grace and all that's awesome about you. We will clarify these cards. I don't always clarify because I like to keep it short and sweet for you, but we started something in the last reading and we got to follow through now. Where can you benefit from better boundaries? We can all benefit from better boundaries. Boundaries help people love us better. I feel like there's some sort of hurt or pain, maybe that you're being caused or that you've been caused, and you need to like assert yourself in order to protect yourself, in order to heal yourself. I feel like you need to create boundaries so that you don't get violated, hurt, or heartbroken again. But I also feel like it could be that you need to create better boundaries around your healing. And what should you make a priority this Virgo season? What can you organize and strategize and manifest? Yeah. Here we have Nine of Swords. So I really feel my Lapis group, I send you lots of love, because I think that there's this energy here of love coming in. Let's clarify, but I feel like there's this energy here of love coming in, be it platonic or romantic. Okay, and I feel like as this energy comes in, yeah, I feel like you're not able to fully see it or receive it. Perhaps there's people around you that are wanting to love you and you can't let them love you. And what really needs to happen is you really need to let go and open your heart and surrender to the new horizons, the new life, the new experience that the divine wants you to journey through. And I feel that better boundaries here, yeah, I feel like better boundaries in order to help empower yourself and strengthen yourself so you don't have to be re-hurt, hurt again and again, or re-traumatized. And then I feel that what you should make a priority is your own healing, but let them love you. See? Like there's this thing of like not seeing but people wanting to love you and it being a time of alignment. And then there's this energy of like being sad, tormented, worried, and then this energy of alignment. So make it your healing a priority so you can let people love you. You're so freaking lovable. Let them love you, okay? Because we are conduits and vessels of love. It means we channel love, but we also hold it within ourselves. All right, so now I'm going to give you a message from Gaia. Hopefully it'll help inform this healing journey that you're on during Virgo season. Remember, during Virgo season, you can release your whatever you need to release into Gaia. She will transmute it, but you can also draw up whatever you need from Gaia. She will provide it. All right. Isn't this fitting? I love this deck, you guys. This is the Believe in Your Own Magic deck by Amanda Lovelace, and I find it so intuitive. Like, it just brings the perfect messages whenever I need. So yeah, it's incredible. You guys, this has a lot to me. Castle, it's time for healing, not war. And I feel like perhaps you're pushing someone away, and it doesn't have to be romantic. Like I said, it could be romantic for some people, but it could be family or friends. People are trying to love you, and whatever you've been through, I'm not undermining it. I understand that it's valid and it hurts and it was really lousy. I almost swore. But you have to let people love you again, okay? It's not a time to resist people, push them away, fight with them because you're hurting. I actually feel somebody out there is like actually receiving this reading by proxy. So this is about somebody that you're dealing with. But I feel like for a few of you, this is going to be an issue of somebody wants to love you, let them love you. It's time to heal whatever was hurt within you that makes you think like, I can't be loved or I can't trust love. For that, I want a lot of healing energy. I would love if you could get some malachite. I would also love some agate, Botswana agate. I love it for the heart space. It's also a good womb healer for women who have experienced heartache or betrayal or like abuse in a relationship. It's great to like transmute that out of the womb, but also out of the heart space. And just for good measure, I'm going to suggest some unakite because I love it. It's governed by the earth. I believe it corresponds to Virgo season. But either way, it's definitely for the heart and healing. It has a very comforting resonance. Like when you hold it, it's like a hug. You guys, please check out the Linktree and the URL below. Because there you can connect with my Etsy store for healing crystals. I have some heart healing crystals. I also have some crystals for anxiety to help you get through whatever you're facing here. And I also have pendants, like a rhodonite pendant would do you a world of good to just carry that healing energy with you throughout. And also you have my Twitter, Facebook, and Clubhouse there. And I do show up every now and then, and I do lives. And we have really soulful, fun chats, but we also do free readings. So it's a great way for us to get to know each other and for you to introduce yourself to me and I you. You guys, with every reading, I send out a little love and light and namaste energy. I sincerely hope you receive it today. And I look forward to seeing you again next week for the full moon in Aquarius reading. Namaste, guys. Namaste, Moss Agate group. What if I just like went out on a limb and was like, what's up, party people? Would you guys turn it off? Probably. So we won't do that. Today, as I mentioned in the introduction, we are exploring Virgo season. It's a little bit of a preview, but you can watch it all throughout Virgo season. Let me know how things are manifesting. If the reading resonated, if the reading resonates at the end of Virgo season, let me know. So, there's cards jumping everywhere. This is the Empress card, by the way, that jumped out. So there could be an energy of love or self-fulfillment or caring. keep that in mind as part of the theme. Position number 1 is just that. It is the major theme of Virgo season for you, my Moss Agate group. I'm going to be doing a card from a message from Gaia, from this beautiful, you guys, it is so intuitive, it is so beautiful, this beautiful deck. Oh, isn't that funny? That's the cover of the deck, like the box. From this beautiful deck called Believe in Your Own Magic by Amanda Lovelace. It's so empowering, it's so beautiful. They have plus size queens. There's even one card with like a girl has stretch marks. There's girls of color, different shapes and sizes. It is such an empowering, beautiful deck. Okay, so if you're a tarot addict like me, definitely look into it. I got mine on Amazon, but I'm sure you can find other less capitalist places, but I just found mine on Amazon because it was on sale. Okay, so position number 1 is the major theme of the month, and here we have the King of Swords. So there's a reflection, there's a higher perspective, there's an elevated perspective here. There's a perception that's coming through. So I think that Virgo season, with that grounding energy, you might find a better perspective. You might find a higher perspective, more clarity. You might also be able to tap into your own freedom, liberation, freedom, transformation, but transformation from a higher level. And this, I don't usually clarify because I like to keep it short and sweet for you guys, but this time I am going to clarify because these cards don't quite work the same way as most of my cards that I use. I just feel like today it needs it. So we're going to do it, and I don't need to explain, but here's the explanation. So position number 2 is, what areas can you benefit from a little bit more trust and a little bit of surrender? Letting go doesn't mean giving in, doesn't mean giving up. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. All right. There's some sort of like, I feel there's some sort of energy of things coming to a head, things almost coming to fruition, but you're receiving a little bit of a blockage. We're going to clarify this one for sure, but I do feel like there's this energy here of saying you have the higher perspective, you're grounded. Virgo is a season of manifestation, like manifesting our goals and the seeds we've planted, and yet something's coming to a bit of a impasse. Where can you benefit from better boundaries? We can all benefit from better boundaries. Giving people that we love boundaries helps them love us better. Yeah. Here we have the 8 of Swords, and I feel like you need better boundaries, perhaps with people trying to tell you who you are, or people trying to dictate who you are, or you feeling like you have to live up to people's expectations, or feeling like people are imposing their expectations on you. What should you make a priority? This season is all about like manifestation, organization, clarity. As I mentioned in previous readings today, I do feel like Virgo season brings us more inward, home, family, that kind of manifestation of the home and hearth, goddess Hestia, that kind of energy. But let's see what you need to make a priority. See, there's this energy here of the swords. There's this energy here of the swords, right? Where it's like you're being asked to focus, you're being asked to get some clarity. So what can you make a priority? Just getting your mind straight, focusing on your needs, focusing on your wants, just clearing your mind. But we're definitely going to clarify here to see if Spirit has added wisdom, which it always does. All right, King and Queen of Air. So I do feel like this is about reflection. It's about higher perspective. It does speak to me about taking a step back and reflecting on where you're going. It does speak to me about clarity and perception. Perhaps open yourselves. The theme is seeing things as in a way that you haven't seen them before, or opening yourself up to truths that have been outside of your awareness. Okay. And Position number 2, where can you benefit from a little bit of surrender and a little bit more trust? With the Eight of Wands energy, I really do feel like some of you are at an impasse. I feel like some of you are just ready to go and it's not happening. Here we have the Knight of Wands. So I do feel like it's about trusting the flow of energy, trusting that whatever impasse you've come to is going to give way, it's going to break free. So it's about really trusting the flow of your prana, your sacral chakra, home of expression and emotional expression, creativity, maybe even a little solar plexus energy, self-worth, will, inner sovereignty or divine sovereignty. I do feel like there's this energy of, okay, now that you've figured it out, go with the flow. Now that you have this higher perspective. I just feel sometimes when we get a higher perspective, everything else seems so small, but not in a bad way, in a more manageable way, in a more spiritually balanced way. And then here we have, where can you better benefit from boundaries? I feel like there's somebody giving you a hard time. I really do, because there's this energy, keeps being this energy of like conflict, this energy of being at an impasse, this energy of like you needing to break forward. So push them back and say, look, I can't deal with you right now, or your drama, or the stress, or your emotional dumping. Just give them a little bit of a pushback, because I think you really need time right now to reflect and to decide what your next course of action is once this energy gives up. And then what should you make a priority? Here we have the Tower card. So I really think it speaks about you also going through some sort of major or abrupt transition represented by the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So it's like focus on getting your head straight, because I think something's going to turn upside down, like something's going to be turned on its head. But don't worry, because I think that also represented by the Eight of Wands and Knight of Wands, this is going to lead to a positive transformation or an important transformation in your life path. All right, guys. I want to give you a message from Gaia, and as I mentioned in the previous groups, the beauty of Virgo season is that we can release what we don't need, and Gaia will transmute it, and we can also draw up what we do need, and Gaia will provide it. And Gaia, is the name I use. You can say Mother Earth, you can say the Great Mother, maybe the Triple Goddess for you. But I do feel like as there's a masculine divine energy, there's a feminine divine energy. Maybe they're one and the same, who knows? All right, here we have the Escapist card, Come Home to Yourself. So I do feel like you need time to reflect and process. I feel like there's nothing else you need to do right now anyway. I feel that there's a lot of conflict going out in your external world, or somebody's bringing conflict to your front door. And what you really need to do is prepare for a big transition and a big change. And while you're doing that, it's okay to clear your mind, nourish yourself, meditate, read, practice self-care by the water. Even if it means like binge watching a Netflix show, look, there's no harm in that. I find like sometimes some spiritual people are very like elitist. Don't watch this, don't do this, stay away from social media. Look, everything in moderation. And if that's what helps you turn your brain off for a little while so that you can hit the reset button, or that you can refocus your mind, do that. What would I recommend to you guys? This is an interesting one. I really feel that you need something to block negativity, but I also feel like you need something for mental clarity. I feel like some moonstone would do that perfectly, because it has like that grounding energy of the dark flecks. The rainbow moonstone has that darkness in it, but it also has this beautiful crown and third eye opening energy. Get yourself some rainbow moonstone, even some Lapis Lazuli to block the negativity but amplify your consciousness. Yes, you guys, you will find my Linktree in the video description below. Please check it out, because there you can connect to my social media, and on Instagram and Clubhouse I often do live readings, which are like fun and informational chats, but they're also a time where I give free readings to help you, get to know me, and vice versa. So please do that. With every reading, I send out a little love and light and namaste energy. I sincerely hope you receive it today. I look forward to seeing you next week for the full moon reading. Hope you have an awesome week and an awesome Virgo season. Namaste, guys.